Okay, so before I start the video of Basketball Wives, make sure you are subscribing and liking the content because I will be posting more videos about Basketball Wives. And yeah, make sure you go ahead and do that. So let's get into what happened in this episode. It's more interesting than the last episode. The last two episodes were kind of like a little boring, but this one looks like it's gonna start heating up. So we get to this episode where Evelyn had got a mansion for the girls because they're doing a little staycation, a little vacation away from everything that's going on, like the pandemic and everything. So the first person that ends up arriving after Evelyn is Shawnee, and then Malaysia gets there, and then Kristen gets there, and also Liza. So they end up getting there, catching up, and things like that. So the only person that doesn't come is Phoebe. She had interactions with someone who had COVID. So then we see that Jackie has her own separate house, so she won't be in the house with Malaysia, Shawnee, and Kristen and Liza, all of them. So Malaysia was happy about that because she didn't want to be around Jackie anyway. So Jackie has her own place, and she invites OG and Jen. So it's those three in the house with Jackie. So Jackie's sitting down with Jen, OG, and she's telling them like, she might go over there and see what's going on, and just to talk to them because they have a separate house or whatever. So OG's like, well, I'm open to like sit down with anyone with them or whatever. She has no problem. And then Jen is like, no, I have a problem with that or whatever because them girls is no accountability. She was just expressing herself like, no, I'm not about to do that or whatever. So Jackie's like, we're coming on this trip to, resolve some things, like get some things off of our chest and be in a good space. But Jen is not in for that at all because she remembers how they did her last season and how, they all like, you know, was ganging up on her about the things that she did. So she's not trying to do that at all. She's not for the kumbaya. And she tells Jackie that. Okay, so Jackie's like, oh, whatever, Jen. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to go to their house and go see and talk to Evelyn and talk to everyone that's over there. So Jen is like, okay, whatever. But Jackie's not too happy with Jen in this episode. But you know how Jackie is. She always want to sit down and have a little ponderosa with somebody. Like, it doesn't matter what they did or what they about to be doing. Jackie will always be the one to get in between somebody so that you can sit down and talk to them. So she calls Evelyn in this scene and is asking her if she can come over. Evelyn's like, okay, you can come over. And Evelyn lets the girls know that Jackie is coming over. Okay, before Jackie ends up coming over, there's a scene with Liza and Shawnee. And Liza's telling Shawnee that Lamar is not trying to give the kids their college money because for some reason he's not giving it to Liza. So it's really like the scene is really like petty or whatever because it's just like, Lamar, give her the money for the kids. Like, what are you spending the money over there for? Like, on Chloe? Chloe been left you, so give her the money. That's all it is. Him just being petty. Like, your kids need money to go to school. It's not like she's asking for to go buy some bubble gum at the store. It's for your kids. So that's this scene. And before I move on to the next scene, right? I was thinking like, how come they can't get financial aid or something like that? But then I remembered, I'm like, Lamar is rich. Like, they can't get no financial aid. You have to pay out of pocket. Once they do their financial aid package or whatever, they're going to be like, you do not qualify. Your parents make too much money. So, Lamar, give them the money and stop playing. Okay, so Jackie arrives at the house where Evelyn is at. And so who was all there? Jackie, Evelyn, Shawnee, Kristen, and Liza are all there expecting her. So she's talking to all of them. Okay, so Jackie is talking to all of them and asking, like, are they open to talking to OG about the whole colorist situation? So Kristen is like, I can go over there and talk to OG and see what she has to say about the whole situation, and maybe we can get some type of clarification. So Jackie's like, oh, okay, that's good, Kristen. I'm happy that you're gonna come over there. So then she asks Evelyn, and Evelyn's like, I'm open to talk to her, but she made some allegations about me that's not true. Then she says, like, everybody has gotten into situations with each other, but it was just like small stuff. That this one is just like would have taken her whole career down, that type of allegation, and she's just not trying to kumbaya with OG as of right now. Okay, so then this scene is where everybody gets together in Evelyn's house, talking about what Jackie said. Malaysia ran off because Jackie was there, and she's just telling them that Kristen's going to go over to Jackie's house and talk to OG about the whole colorist situation. And then Evelyn was talking to Malaysia about the whole situation with her sitting down with OG, and she's just like, she doesn't know about it, but she doesn't know what could be done or be fixed about it. And Malaysia's telling her, like, I think things can be done, like there's a resolution there. So she's just keeping a positive vibe about that whole situation, and that is this scene here. So Jackie gets home to her place, and so Evelyn's there and OG. So Jackie's giving them a recap about what they said at Evelyn's house. So she's telling OG, like, they're willing to sit down with you. Kristen says she's going to come over tonight and speak with you, OG, and talk about the whole colorist situation. OG is like, okay, I have no problem with that. She can come over here as long as she's willing to listen to what I have to say and not try to take up for anybody. Just be open about it. So then she turns it back to Jennifer. And then Jennifer's like, no, I'm not open to talking to anybody. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm Zen, all that stuff. And Jackie is not feeling that because she just want everybody to be on the same page and just be cool. So that's what's going on in this scene. And I just feel like, Jen has a right to feel that way because they always throw Jen under the bus. Like, they never want to listen to what she has to say, but it's because they have their own issues with her, and maybe she doesn't get what they're saying or whatever, but I guess. So that's how Jen is feeling, and that's how OG is feeling in this scene. The way Jackie is acting in this scene is like, I'm the mama. I got this house, and y'all gonna do what I say. Y'all gonna sit down and talk to Evelyn and them and make this happen. That's how she acted. I'm like, okay, Mama Jackie, you let them know, girl. You let them know. So Kristen gets to Jackie's mansion and she sits down with everyone that's there, which is Jen and OG, along with Jackie. So as she sits down, she asks OG, okay, I just want to talk about the whole colorist situation and how you got to that point. So OG explains to her, this is what I seen them do to me, and that's how I feel. And so they get to talking about that, and so Kristen tells OG, like, I never experienced that dealing with Evelyn. So she doesn't know where she's getting all this from. And at this point of them talking, I'm just like, Kristen, of course you don't feel it because it's not happening to you. This is her story. This is how she feels about the situation. You cannot impose how you feel and how they treat you with how they treat another person. Like, they may be two different people. You don't know. So Kristen, I don't even know why she even came over there because she didn't resolve anything. She already doesn't like OG like that anyway. So she says the wrong thing, it's like, girl, I don't even like you anyway. So I'm on Evelyn and Shawnee's side. So the whole point for this scene was pointless because she didn't even say anything to help the situation. She just, was talking. Like, you could have went and sat down and went back to bed, because this scene was just annoying. And Jenna's just over there sitting down like it's all bull, because she knows exactly how aggressive that they are towards each other. So when OG did it, they were saying like, "Oh, she's aggressive," and she said she's gonna beat us all down and stuff like that. But they have said worse in the past, so let's not forget that. So that's what Jen is saying or whatever. And at like this person, like who I'm siding with is OG, because you cannot tell somebody what they experience. You can just be neutral and just be like, okay, well, I can't, say how you feel, because only you know how you feel. So I'm just trying to, see if we can, get over this situation and stuff like that. So Kristen coming there was just pointless. And that was that on that. So Kristen goes back to Evelyn's house and explains to all the girls about what conversation she had with OG. And she said, well, OG feels the way she feels about the situation, and she's not backstepping on it. And she feels like there is colorists in the group. So, and there's also other issues about name calling and stuff like that. And she tells them how Jackie stood up for the group and saying that, well, they called me crazy too. But Jackie, it wasn't in the same context. It was more of, everyone is attacking OG because her skin colors, her features, and, all add into the situation, making her to seem like, she's just this bully and out to get everybody. That's how they made her seem in the last season. So I get where OG is coming from, but they don't get that. And they're just like, well, I guess there's no solution with this situation, and maybe they can all just sit down and hear it from her. So Kristen's like, well, I'm just a messenger and letting you guys know and blah, blah, blah. So that's this scene. So OG is talking with Jackie and Jen, and, talking about the whole situation that happened when Kristen, coming over there. And so Jackie is like, has a bone to pick with Jen, because she is mad that Jen has an attitude about the situation, and how she doesn't want to sit down with anyone and talk to, everyone at the other house. And Jen is like, well, I have the right to feel the way I'm feeling, because that's just how it is. And I just feel like Jackie needs to stop trying to play peacemaker with everybody. If Jen does not want to sit down with anyone, she has the right to feel that way. I mean, Jen is not a new cast member. She's been there for a long time, like way back. So if she feels that way, that's how she feels. And Jackie needs to stop being trying to force that onto Jen. She has the right to feel the way she feels. Like, Jackie is always trying to play peacemaker with everybody. Everybody is grown, Jackie. Like, you have the right to say, I don't want to speak to that person, I don't want to talk to that person, and that's okay. But Jackie can't really have your back like that. She knows that OG has a point, and instead of being like, you know what, I understand what OG's talking about, like blah blah blah, she'll never do that. And if she does, it's for a little bit, and then she'll go back to being like, okay, well, you need to sit down and talk to everybody because da 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 da, and like ignoring what you just said, so that, to make peace with everybody. Like, everybody's not you, Jackie. Everybody has their own way of handling things, and you should just let that go. Everybody is not going to get over things within a matter of seconds. Let it go and move on. So that is this episode. Hopefully we get some solutions and stuff in the next episode, and it's more interesting than this one. But at least we're getting to the meat and potatoes of the situation. make sure you are liking and subscribing and commenting with this video, because I will be making more. I really do appreciate it if you go ahead and subscribe and like and comment. And I will be back for episode 4. See you there.